Welcome to the captivating world of El Dorado, a legend that has fascinated explorers, historians, and treasure hunters for centuries. The story begins in the heart of South America, where tales of a city made entirely of gold ignited the imaginations of European adventurers. As we embark on this journey, we'll uncover the origins of the myth, the cultural backdrop that gave rise to it, and why the promise of unimaginable riches drew so many to risk everything. Let's set the stage for an epic adventure into the unknown, where myth and reality intertwine in the search for the fabled city of gold. Long before European explorers arrived, indigenous peoples of the Andes and Amazon had their own stories of wealth and sacred rituals. The legend of El Dorado is believed to have originated from the Muisca people, who performed a ceremony where their chief was covered in gold dust and dove into Lake Guatavita. This ritual symbolized both spiritual and material wealth, and it's from this tradition that the Spanish phrase El Dorado, the Gilded One, emerged. Understanding these indigenous roots is key to unraveling the truth behind the legend. Arrival of Spanish conquistadors in the 16th century marked a turning point for the legend of El Dorado. Driven by tales of immense riches, explorers like Gonzalo Jimenez de Quesada and Francisco Orellana set out on perilous expeditions deep into the South American interior. Their relentless pursuit of gold fueled the myth, transforming it from a local legend into a global obsession. The Spanish chroniclers documented these quests, blending fact and fiction and spreading the allure of El Dorado across Europe. Guatavita, nestled in the Colombian Andes, became the focal point of early searches for El Dorado. Spanish explorers believed the lake concealed vast treasures beneath its surface, remnants of the Muisca rituals. Several attempts were made to drain the lake, hoping to uncover gold offerings. While some artifacts were found, the legendary city of gold remained elusive. The lake's mysterious depths only deepened the intrigue, fueling further expeditions and speculation. Stories of El Dorado spread, the legend grew beyond its original context. No longer just a gilded chief or a single lake, El Dorado became a sprawling city or even an entire kingdom of gold. Each new explorer added their own embellishments, shifting the location and scale of the fabled riches. This ever-changing narrative made El Dorado a moving target, always just out of reach, and kept the dream alive for generations of adventurers. The late 16th century, English explorer Sir Walter Raleigh became one of the most famous seekers of El Dorado. He led two expeditions to South America, convinced that the Golden City lay somewhere along the Orinoco River. Raleigh's detailed accounts, though filled with exaggerations, captivated the public and inspired further searches. His failures did little to dampen enthusiasm. Instead, they added to the legend's mystique. Maps played a crucial role in the El Dorado legend. Early cartographers, relying on rumors and explorers' tales, often marked vast, unexplored regions with tantalizing notes about gold and lost cities. These maps fueled the ambitions of future adventurers, providing both hope and confusion. The shifting locations of El Dorado on these maps highlight how the legend adapted to new discoveries and persistent mysteries. Pursuit of El Dorado was driven not just by curiosity, but by an insatiable greed for gold. For many explorers, the promise of wealth justified any risk or hardship. This relentless quest led to dangerous journeys through jungles, mountains, and rivers, often with devastating consequences for both the explorers and the indigenous peoples they encountered. The legend of El Dorado became a symbol of both hope and human folly. Relentless search for El Dorado had profound effects on indigenous communities. Many suffered violence, displacement, and exploitation as European explorers scoured the land for gold. The cultural and social fabric of these societies was forever altered. Yet, indigenous knowledge and oral traditions also shaped the legend, providing clues and warnings that often went unheeded by outsiders. Despite countless failed expeditions, the search for El Dorado persisted for centuries. Each new generation of explorers brought fresh hope and new theories about the city's location. From the dense Amazon rainforest to the high Andes, the quest for gold drove innovation in navigation and survival techniques. The enduring allure of El Dorado speaks to the human desire for discovery and the eternal hope of finding something extraordinary. As the centuries passed, scholars and archaeologists began to separate fact from fiction in the El Dorado story. While no city of gold was ever found, the legend was rooted in real cultural practices and historical events. The blending of indigenous traditions with European imagination created a powerful myth that endures to this day. Understanding the difference between myth and reality helps us appreciate the true legacy of El Dorado. Modern archaeology has uncovered fascinating artifacts from the regions associated with El Dorado. Gold figurines, jewelry, and ceremonial objects reveal the advanced craftsmanship of the Muisca and other indigenous cultures. These discoveries provide valuable insights into the societies that inspired the legend, even if they fall short of the fantastical riches once imagined. The real treasures are the stories and cultural heritage preserved through these finds. Storytelling played a vital role in the spread and evolution of the El Dorado legend. Each retelling added new details, shifting the narrative to fit the hopes and fears of the time. From Spanish chroniclers to modern filmmakers, the story has been adapted and reimagined countless times. This process of myth-making reveals how legends can shape our understanding of history and inspire generations. The allure of El Dorado captured the imagination of Europe for centuries. Monarchs, merchants, and adventurers invested fortunes in expeditions, hoping to claim the legendary riches. This obsession influenced art, literature, and even politics as the dream of gold fueled colonial ambitions. The legend became a symbol of both opportunity and the dangers of unchecked desire. Vast Amazon rainforest became a key setting in the search for El Dorado. Its dense jungles and uncharted rivers offered both promise and peril. Many explorers vanished without a trace, while others returned with tales of lost cities and hidden treasures. The Amazon's mysteries continue to captivate those who dream of uncovering the secrets of the past. Throughout history, numerous expeditions set out in search of El Dorado only to disappear or fail. The harsh conditions of the South American interior, disease, starvation, and hostile encounters claimed many lives. These lost expeditions became legends in their own right, adding layers of mystery and tragedy to the El Dorado saga. Gold has always held a special place in human culture, symbolizing wealth, power, and the divine. In the context of El Dorado, gold represented not just material riches, but also spiritual fulfillment and the promise of a better life. This symbolic power helped sustain the legend, making it more than just a story about treasure. Muisca Confederation was a powerful indigenous society in what is now Colombia. Renowned for their skilled goldsmiths and elaborate rituals, the Muisca played a central role in the El Dorado legend. Their wealth and traditions fascinated the Spanish, who often misunderstood or exaggerated what they saw. Learning about the Muisca helps us appreciate the real people behind the myth. As the search for El Dorado continued, explorers shifted their focus to Lake Parime, a mythical body of water said to hide the Golden City. Despite numerous expeditions, no evidence of such a lake was ever found. The story of Lake Parime illustrates how the legend adapted to new landscapes, always staying one step ahead of discovery. Spanish chroniclers played a key role in shaping the El Dorado legend. Their writings blended eyewitness accounts with hearsay and imagination, creating a narrative that was both compelling and elusive. These stories were widely read in Europe, fueling further expeditions and cementing El Dorado's place in popular culture. Indigenous peoples of South America were master goldsmiths, creating intricate jewelry and ceremonial objects. These works of art inspired awe among the Spanish and contributed to the legend of a city overflowing with gold. Today, these artifacts are celebrated for their beauty and craftsmanship, offering a tangible link to the cultures that inspired El Dorado. Imagination played a powerful role in sustaining the El Dorado legend. As explorers returned with tales of wonders and dangers, each story grew more elaborate. The line between reality and fantasy blurred, making it difficult to separate truth from myth. This creative process kept the legend alive, inspiring new generations to dream of discovery. Even today, the legend of El Dorado attracts adventurers and researchers. Modern technology, such as satellite imagery and advanced archaeology, has made it possible to explore previously inaccessible regions. While no city of gold has been found, the search continues to yield new discoveries about South America's rich history and diverse cultures. Gold has played a central role in societies around the world, serving as currency, art, and a symbol of status. In the context of El Dorado, gold's allure was magnified by the promise of endless wealth. This universal fascination with gold helps explain why the legend captured so many imaginations and why the search continues even today. The legend of El Dorado has found new life in movies, books, and video games. Hollywood has reimagined the story in countless ways, from animated adventures to action-packed blockbusters. These modern interpretations keep the legend alive, introducing it to new audiences and ensuring its place in global popular culture. The story of El Dorado offers important lessons about ambition, greed, and the power of dreams. While the City of Gold was never found, the quest itself led to new discoveries, cultural exchanges, and a deeper understanding of the world. The legend reminds us to balance our desires with respect for the people and places we encounter. In the end, the true treasures of El Dorado may not be gold or jewels, but the knowledge, stories, and cultural heritage passed down through generations. The legend has inspired countless people to explore, learn, and imagine. These intangible riches are a testament to the enduring power of myth and the human spirit. Relentless search for gold had significant environmental consequences. Expeditions often disrupted ecosystems, drained lakes, and altered landscapes in the pursuit of treasure. Today, we recognize the importance of preserving these environments and learning from the mistakes of the past. The story of El Dorado serves as a cautionary tale about the costs of unchecked ambition. Hope is a central theme in the El Dorado legend. For centuries, people have been drawn to the idea that something extraordinary lies just beyond the horizon. This hope has driven exploration, innovation, and the pursuit of dreams. While the City of Gold remains elusive, the hope it inspires continues to shape our world. Today, treasure hunters still search for El Dorado using advanced technology and new theories. While most accept that the City of Gold is a myth, the thrill of discovery and the possibility of finding lost artifacts keep the dream alive. These modern adventurers are part of a long tradition of exploration and curiosity. El Dorado has inspired countless works of literature, from epic poems to adventure novels. Writers have used the legend to explore themes of ambition, loss, and the search for meaning. These stories keep the legend alive, allowing each generation to find new relevance in the age-old quest for gold. Artists throughout history have depicted El Dorado in paintings, sculptures, and other works. These artistic interpretations reflect the changing perceptions of the legend, from hopeful optimism to cautionary tales. Art allows us to see how the myth has evolved and how it continues to inspire creativity. Scientific advancements have transformed the search for lost cities like El Dorado. Technologies such as LiDAR and satellite imaging allow researchers to uncover ancient settlements hidden beneath dense forests. These tools have led to exciting discoveries, even if they haven't revealed a city of gold. science continues to push the boundaries of what we know about the past. Despite centuries of searching, the mystery of El Dorado remains unsolved. The legend endures because it taps into universal human desires, the hope for wealth, the thrill of adventure, and the longing for discovery. As long as these dreams persist, the story of El Dorado will continue to captivate our imaginations. The legend of El Dorado offers valuable lessons for our modern world. It reminds us to question our assumptions, respect other cultures, and recognize the limits of ambition. By reflecting on the past, we can make wiser choices for the future and appreciate the true treasures that life has to offer. At its core, the El Dorado legend is about the spirit of adventure. The quest for the unknown has driven countless people to explore new lands, overcome challenges, and expand the boundaries of human knowledge. This adventurous spirit continues to inspire us today, encouraging curiosity and resilience. Modern technology has revolutionized the search for lost cities. Tools like drones, ground-penetrating radar, and digital mapping have made it possible to explore areas once thought inaccessible. These advancements have led to new discoveries and a deeper understanding of ancient civilizations, even if El Dorado itself remains a mystery. Search for El Dorado led to significant cultural exchanges between Europeans and indigenous peoples. While these encounters were often fraught with conflict, they also resulted in the sharing of knowledge, art, and traditions. The legend serves as a reminder of the complexity and richness of human interactions throughout history. Belief is a powerful force, capable of shaping history and driving human action. The legend of El Dorado demonstrates how collective belief in a dream can inspire extraordinary efforts for better or worse. This power of belief continues to influence our world, reminding us to be mindful of the stories we choose to follow. El Dorado occupies a unique place in world history. It is a story of exploration, ambition, and the blending of cultures. The legend has left an indelible mark on the Americas, shaping the course of events and the way we understand the past. Its legacy continues to influence how we think about discovery and adventure. Beyond the search for gold, the El Dorado legend is also a search for meaning. It reflects our desire to find purpose and fulfillment, whether through adventure, knowledge, or connection with others. The story encourages us to look beyond material wealth and seek the deeper treasures that life has to offer. What makes El Dorado so enduring? Perhaps it's the combination of mystery, adventure, and the promise of something extraordinary. The legend continues to captivate people of all ages, inviting us to dream, explore, and imagine what might lie just beyond the horizon. Its appeal is timeless, crossing cultures and generations. El Dorado is more than just a South American legend, it's a global phenomenon. The story has been retold and reinterpreted in countless cultures, each adding its own perspective. This universality speaks to the power of myth and the shared human longing for discovery and wonder. The legacy of El Dorado lives on in the stories we tell, the art we create, and the dreams we pursue. It reminds us that the greatest adventures are often found in the journey itself, not just the destination. As we continue to seek our own El Dorados, may we do so with curiosity, respect, and wonder. So what is the true secret of El Dorado? Perhaps it's not a city of gold, but the enduring power of hope, imagination, and the human spirit. The legend teaches us that the greatest treasures are often those we discover within ourselves and in our connections with others. El Dorado remains a symbol of possibility, inspiring us to keep searching, dreaming, and believing.